Every morning when I come down the stairs, I make myself my coffee. I sit here and start looking out of the window. It's just such a pleasant moment. It puts a smile on my face. It's a great way of starting the day. I'm Liana. I'm an interior designer based in Dulwich. I am French-Armenian. I've been in London for 15 years. We have been in this house for 4 years. So our house is in Dulwich village. We are about 5 miles from central London. It's a very, very quiet and green neighborhood. Lots of schools, parks. We are surrounded by greenery. And yeah, we wake up every morning to the sound of birds. So we are in a typical Edwardian property. The house was built in 1907. Actually, the first time I entered this house, I had a feeling of entering a Parisian Haussmann apartment with this quite high-ceiling, beautiful moldings, lots of original details. And it's wider than a typical semi-detached, so it has a feeling of a bit more grandeur. When I first saw this space, again, it has something of Parisian feeling with these big windows, the fireplace. Sadly, the previous owners have removed all of the moldings in that space. There were some non-original ceiling crosses that I got rid of. So yeah, I had really these fantastic bones to create something special in that space. One thing that's really important for me is to make sure that that room gets lots of usage, because it's very typical in period homes to have this front room, which is used twice a year. So I really wanted to pack it with function. So I think we went overboard. It's used as my primary office. So I have my office corner, although I'm a vagabond when it comes to working from spaces. I follow the light throughout the day with my laptop and my notebook. It's a music room where we practice piano, all of us, and my daughter plays double bass. It's also an adult reception room where we have some friends over after the parties for a glass of Armenian cognac. And then there's this extravagant piece of furniture, which is this large city by the brothers Bourleg. Again, a classic now design piece by Lynn Rosé. It feels very extravagant, but it's actually extremely comfortable. It's like a cloud. It's like a hug when you sit in it. It's very, very comfortable. So the idea of this space, to have one big space where we can be cooking, having guests around, some people on the lounge, some people at the dining table, and everyone can be talking to each other. It's really a social space, and also it's beautifully connected to the garden. I really wanted an uninterrupted view to the garden, so it was important to have a beautiful one-piece doors. The way the layout was set up is having the garden as a focal point, so I can see the garden from where I'm at the cooking spot, when I'm in the lounge or in the dining table. All the areas look toward the garden. So that was a key design element when we were doing the layout of the space. Kitchen, I could talk about the kitchen for a very long time. I put all my heart and soul into designing this space. It's designed around my cooking style. I love cooking. I'm a passionate cook. And having lived in an apartment with a single sink, I was so desperate to have two separate areas. So I was really keen to have one sink for myself for cooking and another sink for everything else. So that was kind of starting point for the kitchen design. We have these tall units that have this sculptural element in the middle in the form of this beautiful marble. And the kitchen itself was designed not to be too utilitarian, not to feel too utilitarian. When it's not in use, it kind of disappears in the background. You can forget that you have a kitchen in the space. All appliances are integrated. Even the ovens that are behind pocket doors, you don't see them. It is fully functional when it's in use, but it kind of disappears when you shut the doors, and that's actually a very pleasant feeling. Even the hob is done in such a way that it's flush with the stone, so you barely forget that it's there with its integrated hob. So I really don't like obstructing the view to the garden, so I've done everything not to have that. It's very, very functional. I don't have any upper units because I don't find them necessarily very useful. Everything is under counter storage. So I had this table for over 12 years. I do look after it. It's usually covered when we use it for everyday use, but other than that, it looks like new. It's in solid walnut. It's by Ligne Rosé, one of my favorite design pieces in the house, and it's extremely, extremely durable, and it gets lots of abuse by the children. The chairs are a very eco-friendly mix of recycled plastic and wood fiber, actually, so it's very nice touch. And the wood against this back wall of plaster with its movement, it's very simple, minimalistic background that lets the wood shine. So the lounge, the chilling area was, again, the layout is organized with the garden being the focus point. Instead of having the chairs facing each other, which is the classic layout, I opted for the main seating to be facing the garden, and then we have the corner chair, which is actually the premium spot in the house. Everyone fights for it. The chairs are a very classic, design classic, Togo by Ligne Rosé. They are just so durable. It's in fabric, which is easy washable, which is very practical when it's in such a proximity to the kitchen. They get lots of use and abuse, and being a bit lower to the ground, it allows from the kitchen not to have an obstruction of the view to the garden. So they were intentionally chosen for that purpose. And the kids love them. They just jump over them. They are being used and abused, stress tested. I'm very, very happy with these chairs. We are very, very fortunate to have a beautiful and pretty substantial garden that we've actually inherited from the previous owners. The main structural landscaping has been done. We've done small bits of changes here and there, but we kept the original structure. The front part, the patio area, I intentionally kept it not too cluttered, so as we have an unobstructed view to the garden, not many furniture. The middle section is used for the grass area is for my boys' football practice. We have a more private area in the middle where it's very, very shady throughout, just the day, where I like going to read and work. We have some vegetable patches. I also have an iron bath, which we've moved it there after the renovation. It used to be in the house. I really love this bath, but didn't have a spot for it in the house. Originally, it was meant to be for cold plunges by most of the time. It's just a fancy container. The back of the garden is used, it's the kids area where we have a climbing frame and some other bits and pieces for kids to play with. The utility is the most hardworking area of the house. It has its own entrance, which is very handy for muddy boots. At the entrance, we have two tall cupboards, one as a pantry, as an additional storage for the kitchen, and one cleaning cupboard, which is again very, very handy. Then we have an area with a sink, other appliances, which don't have space in the kitchen. In the front, we have the laundry area, lots of open shelf, each designed for a specific purpose, including a super deep one in the top for garden cushions. Lots of thoughts have been put in place to create such a small room. It's a very busy area used throughout the day by the family. It's a TV room, it's a library, it's where the kids do their homework. There is a desk corner with beautiful views toward the garden. It's a playroom. It's really a very, very busy space. We have this really tall ceilings. That was the biggest surprise of our renovation. They were much taller than expected, so we actually had to redesign the joinery to work with this new ceiling height. We went very bold with the colors because we realized that it's dark space no matter what. So all the walls and ceiling are in babush. It's a very bright yellow by Faro and Ball. We have some blue background color and also some orange flame color, which is an accent color throughout the house. You'll see in a few places. You know, when you went bold with the colors is when the decorator calls you 3 times during the day to double check the color scheme, like, oh, it says red skirting, like, yeah. Yellow ceiling, like, yeah. Like the same yellow as the walls, like, yeah, same yellow. The downstairs bathroom was designed to be playful yet minimal. It picks up the same color and material palette seen in the kitchen with the plastered wall and the square tiles as in the utility. It looks very simple, but it has so many technical elements with curved tiles that come together as a puzzle. So we got to be very precise there. We've used a concrete sink in beautiful terracotta color, and we paired it with a deep terracotta color or the grout, so it works very beautifully together. The tap is antique brass, and it's from the same range that we use throughout all bathrooms of the house. It was a difficult area to design and build for such a small space. This space went through quite radical transformation. It used to be one very large bedroom. It was actually the coldest spot in the house during winter and the hottest in the summer. So we've realized that we needed to redo the whole insulation. So we've actually went back to bricks and rebuilt the whole thing. And the design of the space was again somehow encouraged by the idea of having the bed facing the garden, the windows. So we've created the wooden separator in the middle of the room that acts as a wardrobe in the back and as a feature headboard in the bedroom area. And actually you don't need such a big space for a bedroom. Yeah, it's much cozier to be in a smaller space. The wardrobe, we have this large mirror that does the trick of elongated the view, so it feels like very long, but it actually is not. We are quite minimalistic when it comes to clothing, so that wardrobe is everything we needed for our everyday clothes. And that's also a nice separation to the master bathroom. So if someone is getting dressed up, you don't interrupt the person sleeping. So it's nice having the wardrobe separated from the sleeping area. It's one of my favorite places in the house, actually. I really like that bathroom. We kept the proportions of the existing bathroom, and actually we kept most of the provisions as well. We got rid of the bath, sadly, because it was taking up too much space and we don't really use a bath. So now that bath lives in our garden as a container. Instead, we were able to create a double vanity, which is much more useful for everyday life. We have lots of storage in there. You always need storage in the bathroom to keep the counters clutter-free. We have these hidden cabinets behind the mirrors, which is a very nice feature. We have beautiful Zelish tiles that I adore. They add such a texture and organic feel to the space. We have aged brass fixture, which again, they develop this patina and they feel very lived in and they add such character to the space and they are much warmer. Yeah, it's a very nice soft colors. The walls in that space and also in the master bedroom are setting plaster by Faro and Ball, so it's a very soft plaster pink. It's very calming atmosphere. I like very soft colors in the bedroom. Yeah, it's a very relaxing and neutral space. This is probably my favorite bedroom in the house. It has such a beautiful proportions and beautiful lights throughout the day. It's facing northeast, which is perfect for a bedroom. The fireplace has been added. It's the fireplace that we removed from the demolished part of the house in the back. So we have added in this room with the bricks as well. They come from the demolished wall. So it's a nice way of keeping a memory of that part of the house that is gone. It adds a beautiful focal point to this room because it's such a big space. All the furniture are pushed against the wall, which is a bit against all the design principle, but that's what works for the space. My daughter needs the practice space in the middle for her gymnastics. So she has a mat that she unfolds and then it goes back under the bed when it's not used anymore. It's simple in terms of furnishing, very simple, affordable sources. And it keeps changing actually. Not long ago, there was a gymnastic bar in that space. So I didn't want to make any built-in piece of furniture because everything keeps moving. So I needed the layout to be flexible and follow her interests as they grow. And that's how kids' bedroom should be, actually simple and flexible. This room is one of the smallest rooms in the house. We haven't done any structural changes in here. We've just added a bit of color. He has beautiful views from the window toward the fields. Again, very simple pieces of furniture in here just to keep it affordable because they destroy everything anyway. He has a big rug in the middle where he plays, and I think it's more important for the kids' bedroom to leave space to play than to sleep. So we've just opted for day beds, which are really comfy in kids' bedroom. It's enough space to cuddle up, read a book, and plenty of space for them to sleep. Lots of cushions, as you can see. It's not for decorative purposes. It's probably their favorite toys nowadays. They build tents and all sorts of things with the cushions. So it was very important. The pendant, he wanted the same pendant as in the sister's room. I was not that keen due to the price tag, so I offered to create one for him. So we got the shade, affordable shade, and we've added these handmade birds and butterflies from Etsy. So he has a very unique pendant for his room. It's such a beautiful room with these big doors. Actually, these doors go towards the balcony, which is not used that much. We have used the same materials as in the master bedroom. I like using the same materials on the same floor. It still has this organic feeling with the zellige, the aged brass tupware, but the pieces of furniture, the vanity are more like ready-made, so more affordable sources. So it's just a very simple but beautiful place. It has to be my first ever designer buy, which is this Pierre Paulin pumpkin chair in orange flame color by Ligne Rosé. That chair is 15 years old and it still looks like new. It's incredibly comfortable and I love that piece so much. The corner behind me, the corner chair, which is a very popular spot, especially in wintertime. You get this beautiful light and it's always warm. You just cuddle up there with a book, sometimes a blanket, in the evening with a glass of wine. It's just such a cozy corner. Yeah, it's a beautiful place to spend an evening.
So Liana, could you tell us something surprising about yourself?
Surprising, okay. I am a sushi master and I'm a qualified sommelier.